Today's story is about how I came to where I am today from a career and growth perspective. So, I started doing engineering because I loved math and physics at McGill University. And after I left, I started working as a design engineer from Bombardier. But I realized now that following the things that I was good at was not really the best path to go. So while I was in engineering, I realized it wasn't for me. I wasn't motivated. It didn't really suit me or align with me. And so I eventually, after 4 years, was packaged out and I didn't want to start from scratch again. So I decided to switch careers and go into marketing or entertainment by doing my MBA at McMaster University. So the MBA was a game changer for me because before that, I kind of felt like a loser. I didn't do well in school and university for engineering, and I didn't do well in my job. But the MBA changed me. My motivation was clear. I knew what I wanted to do. I became MBA Association president and valedictorian. I got amazing marks. It was definitely a game changer for my confidence. Yet again, after my MBA was done, I thought I was in a clear position to get a great job. But I struggled. It took me a while to figure it out, and I've always had trouble transition after my undergrad and my MBA, and even after losing that first job. But eventually, I found my first job in brand marketing at Kraft Canada. One of the things I loved about brand marketing was the people and the energy, and just the work was so much fun and interesting. But ultimately, I realized that I was working 60 hours a week at Kraft and then 80 hours a week at Dove, and I realized that this was not the life for me. And eventually, health issues took over. I became diabetic, and I had to leave. Taking care of my health became a big issue for being a diabetic, and then a month later, my wife almost died of E. coli. She was in ICU for 2 weeks, and then I took care of her for 2 months. And we really had to revisit what was important to us in our lives and find that balance in our health and in our careers. So it was a very difficult challenge. So now I was at a crossroads. I tried engineering, I tried performing arts, I tried brand marketing. Nothing seemed to fit. I felt lost, stuck, and unfulfilled. What was I going to do? And so I spent a lot of time talking to a lot of people and diving into my values and interests and skills and really trying to figure out what I should do next. Essentially, I dove into my personal brand and I found out that there are 5 key aspects of what I cared about. And that's when, combined with conversation with my friends and colleagues and my 4 best friends that I call the Council of Omer, they told me that being a professional speaker is something I should be. And I just went for it because it aligned with everything. Personal branding was a game changer for me. I discovered that I love people, performing, persuasion, influence, diversity, and presenting. And by knowing that, I was able to create a life more aligned and focused with who I was, what I cared about. And that 15 years later, having done the same thing for all those years, it's been an amazing journey. Now, it has been all roses. It's been a journey for sure. A lot of evolution and changes, new topics, new areas, new why statements. But I always work my brand to evolve and grow with my audience and what I'm doing. And that's been a big part of it. And that's why I've been able to keep it more aligned and successful because I'm still doing what I love. About 5 years ago, I got involved with personal branding. I started a startup 2 years ago called Discover Your Personal Brand. That's taken up a lot of my new energy and focus. And also, I developed a couple of online programs and started doing some more coaching versus speaking. Speaking is still what I love to do the most, but now coaching, consulting is a big part of what I'm doing. Finally, COVID hit and speaking and events were devastated and I've had to pivot. And I've pivoted mostly to doing coaching, consulting, focusing my energy on my online personal branding program, as well as doing workshops on storytelling and helping people with LinkedIn content. So I've had to pivot and that's what I'm doing now. So I share this because I want people to understand that the journey is crazy and all over the place and it's not always successful at start, but you have to keep going. And I'm grateful for the accolades, the 5-time TEDx speaker, the Inc. Magazine Top 100 Leadership Speaker. It's been great. I have 500,000 social media followers. It's been amazing. But there's lots of trials and tribulations along the way. Woo, that was a long story. But hey, listen, it's important to share these stories. And if you have questions about my career or or you want to share where you came from or where you are today, comment below and message me. I'd love to hear from you because this is why we're doing this series. It's going to be featured also on the LinkedIn stories, the main channel. Thanks so much for joining me. Appreciate it.